After spending 2 weeks back in our Metro Manila home, it's time to venture back out across the country. And today, we're heading to a brand new destination for our family, the Davao region and the third most populous city in the Philippines. For the next 4 days, we'll explore Davao's cultural sights and bites, and for the first of 3 nights, we're being hosted at the capital's cosmopolitan Dusit D2. This episode is full of big birds, bussin barbecue, durian delicacies, and dazzling digs. Sugdan na nato ni.
So we're at Naya International Airport. I used to call it Naya, which technically I think is what it should be, but it's not. I don't get to make the rules. But we're flying into Davao City International Airport, also known as Francisco Bangoy International Airport. We're in Terminal 2, which is the domestic terminal for PAL or Philippine Airlines. We do tend to fly that airline when we're going around the Philippines. I've actually already done an international flight with PAL as well. I did a 15-hour long haul back and forth between LAX and Manila. Absolutely incredible experience. If you haven't seen that episode, you should check it out. I do economy on the way out, business class on the way back. So I got to experience the lie-flat seats on PAL, the upgraded meal service. It was really quite a cool experience. But unlike that, today's flight is only about an hour and 55 minutes total, which I think is gate to gate. So probably more like an hour and a half flight time.
We're starting the episode here because it's part of our 4-day package that we have through Guide to the Philippines. Our flight is at 9:25, so we're gonna be boarding in a little bit. But if you wanna book this exact experience, including the flights, then just click the link in the description. We're gonna share all the details. Everything is right on time. In fact, we started boarding just a little bit early, so let's hope for a smooth flight and we'll see you in Davao.
But right on time once again. PAL tends to do a really good job for us. One of the reasons we fly with PAL so much is because they tend to have very, very good pricing, and they have some good sales throughout the year. I find that the best way to keep tabs on those is by following them on their social media accounts. So we'll try to post those down in the description too.
Right when we landed, we got a text from our tour guide that he's already here waiting for us. So we just have to grab our bags and the tour is gonna begin. We're doing a half-day city tour, and honestly, I love when it starts off right after you land, because why waste time? Get going, get into the action. All right, we just gotta find them. They said they're at the arrivals area, so it's gotta be over here maybe? Oh, the ramp. I'm not strong enough to lift the bag. We found them! The Lockwoods are here!
Welcome to Davao City.
Thank you. All right. Good morning.
You hungry, Ben?
Yeah, really hungry.
Woo!
Before we can see the sights, we need to consume some bites, I guess. So we're gonna have lunch at this great little place. It's called Rebecca's Halal Barbecue and Restaurant. We'll tell you more about it inside.
This is like the best thing I had ever in Darwin on the boat with Justin. I think it was, what was it called? Kinilo? Is that it? Kinilo.
I believe that's similar to ceviche in the way where the fish is like cooked in a citrus, but they add a coconut.
I think it's cooked in coconut milk.
Big scallops, yum! It looks so good. And I see some smoke coming over there. I think there's a little barbecue going, but there won't be any pork. This is halal food, which is Middle Eastern, and there is no pork in that cuisine. We're gonna have a lot of seafood and possibly some chicken. But I love the open concept in here. It's breezy, it's beautiful, we got a lot of light, and then there are photos all over the place. We did get some chicken. Wow, thank you. Oh my gosh, that looks so good.
We also have a sinigang na hipon, which smells fantastic. The halal thing is not just Middle Eastern in origin, but it basically means that things are prepared and cooked to Islamic standards. So In the US, a much bigger one for us would be kosher for the Jewish religion. Well, this one's just for Islam.
The chicken they brought is native chicken, and the fish right here, it is yellowfin, the jaw. So there's gonna be nice and yummy fat and oils in there. I mean, you can see it. It looks like it's just dripping in its fish oil.
Can I taste it?
Yeah, you can start.
We can start? All right.
Yeah.
let us
I
see.
has, and you guys guessed, I'm obviously starting off with the greatest thing ever, the quinoa. Not quinoa, vinegar and fish. There's no coconut milk in this one, more like a sweet and spicy vinegar, so it's more like a ceviche.
I can't stand to just sit here and look at these little cheese-covered scallops any further. I have to try one. Holy cow, that is so good. I think I could eat that entire plate of those by myself.
I have got to try this fish. I don't even know where to start. Like, I want to get it out of the bone. Oh my God, it is so good. The barbecue, like the charredness on it, like you can taste the smoke in it. It's so like moist and meaty. It's like, that is the best I've had. Oh my gosh, it's so delicious. I'm obsessed. You'll be the judge of that. I'm telling you, look, watch and learn. He is gonna say the same thing.
You almost can't even tell it's tuna.
What does it taste like?
A beef barbecue, but it's got that fishy seafood taste. It's good. It's good. Better than average.
It looks like Brooklyn's really enjoying that chicken. We've had sinigang before, but we had it in Pampanga and then in Manila and in Iloilo, but we have not had it here in Mindanao. And I imagine there's just a little bit different taste to each and every recipe and each region. Oh my gosh, you know who loves sinigang? Reagan and her boyfriend Mason. When they came out here last summer, they loved sinigang. It was their favorite dish in the Philippines, and they would love this version of it too. It's like a little limey, tangy from that tamarind, and it's just delicious.
Reagan, in case you don't know, is our oldest daughter. She's about to turn 18, actually. We are just days away from her 18th birthday. I honestly feel like I cannot stop eating. This is legit one of the best meals I've ever had in the Philippines. All of this food is absolutely phenomenal. It's not even anything fancy. It's like we're in an open air warehouse, essentially, but the food is absolutely phenomenal. I just want to keep eating, but we have to hit the road because we actually do have to start that city tour, cultural tour, and the other stuff that we have going on. And hey, look, Jeff's prompting me. It's time to go.
It is killing me to walk away from this yellowfin. Seriously, so good. I'm not exaggerating. It's insanely good.
The wall is covered in pictures of famous people in the Philippines who have come to eat here. And a lot of them actually have this particular woman in there. That's Rebecca. She's the owner of the place. Probably be here saying hello to us today, but she is in Surigao right now. So next time. Thanks, Rebecca. And now our tour officially starts, and our very first stop here is the Philippine Eagle Foundation Center. So this is a foundation in the center that's completely dedicated to the conservation of the Philippine eagle, which is endangered. And we're gonna get to see some of them up close and personal right now.
Oh, look, there's one.
That's a chicken.
Just kidding. This handsome looking guy, that is a Philippine eagle. I like the hair. It's got like kind of a Muppets look to him. We're getting an official tour through the forest, and these little claws, talon footprints. What are they called? Not feet, right? Birds don't have feet. Birds have talons. And they have the names of donors on each of the feet. I'm gonna call them feet.
Crocodiles. And this crocodile is half size of Lolong.
Can I grab him? It's a 5-line skink.
No, not.
What? It's a baby.
It's a saltwater crocodile.
So this guy's name is Gold Deeper, and he's got his mouth just sitting open because that's how they cool off in the sun. He's big.
They feed her about once a week, and she eats goat, chickens, humans. Hopefully not. but she's actually blind in both eyes because when they found her, kids were throwing rocks at her.
Yeah.
That is so sad. Gosh. Yeah, so they rescued her, and so she's much safer here.
So
now
our
there's a
last
sign.
reptile is a Burmese python.
Burmese python.
Oh, look.
Oh, it's huge.
He's huge! Oh my gosh! And you can see that he's digesting something like kind of in the middle. It's like a big lump. Oh my gosh, he's like puffing up. So big. That special fellow's name is Zuma, and I just asked Cole what he thinks Zuma just ate, and he said a rabbit, and he was totally right. And they said that they sometimes give them live rabbits to eat so that they can hone their survival instincts, their hunting techniques.
Right up here is a huge golden orb weaver. Or not a huge golden orb weaver, but a huge spider. And now Mom's paranoid. A leaf touched her and she thought it was a golden orb weaver.
So now we're starting to see some of the eagles. We've got the raptors over here, but none of the Philippine eagle just yet. We have a white-bellied sea eagle. We have the South Philippine hawk eagle and the Philippine serpent eagle.
They're being rehabilitated here in hopes of going back into the wild, but another thing they do is they try to breed them so that they can repopulate the birds, because like Phil said, they're endangered.
Right over here is the incubation house, so they can actually incubate eagle eggs there, but there's not a single egg in there currently, partly because these eagles can only lay one egg per year, so it's a very limited supply regardless.
Eagles, they also mate for life. Like for life. So if their mate dies, they are a widow or widower forever. Take notes, Phil.
Loud and clear, baby. But here's our first Philippine eagle, and this is actually a very famous eagle, maybe the most famous. You tell them the story. This is Vigo, and Vigo's very famous because he's the one on the face of the 1,000 peso bill, the new one. Now, Vigo actually is a product of the incubation room right up here because in March 7th, 2010 is when Vigo was hatched right here in this very spot.
Vigo is 14 years old, but eagles can live to be 45 or 50.
So their mature size is about 3 feet tall or 7-foot wingspan. As far as how endangered they actually are, there are only 400 mating pairs left worldwide. And of course, they're all in the Philippines.
We've got a lady eagle over here, Marikit, which means beautiful in Tagalog, and she came to the center here in 2002 because she had been shot by a pellet gun. And I don't think that she can reproduce anymore because of that traumatic experience that she had. Now, I just don't understand why anybody would be trying to shoot these birds when they're endangered, and they're so beautiful.
And speaking of things that are traumatic for them, you notice in some of the pictures, especially on the 1,000 peso bill, that the hair on their head is kind of sticking out like a peacock kind of thing. Whereas right now, it looks more like their feathers have been combed back, and the reason for that is the hair really only sticks out when they're anxious, so when they feel threatened or something along those lines. But when they're nice and calm, it's laid back.
Except for they don't have hair, Phil, they're feathers. And we are getting the star treatment here. We are getting a little cool. She's going back and forth between Phil and I. We're a bit closer to them here. This is another female. She's got an attitude. She keeps moving her neck. Oh, I'm totally wrong. It's a male, not a female, so he has an attitude. Over there is another male that is the brother of the first artificially inseminatedly born eagle right here in the Philippines. That is a scientific, technical term. You could actually adopt one of these animals and then you get to name them, and you can have your company or your personal name on the little sign for them, and it is 200,000 Filipino pesos per year that you'd have to keep up with to have that adoption status.
You don't get to keep the animal?
No, they stay here.
There are a lot of other birds in here too. You've got multiple owls, and they're sleeping right now, but they're totally beautiful. And a lot of kites, and then some more eagles down here, just like the ones we saw up front, actually.
I think Colt wants to adopt one of everything, but we don't have the space for that, and we don't have the space for that in our van, which is where we're headed back to now. It's time for dessert! We're gonna gonna have some chocolate. I have high expectations because all the chocolate we've tasted in the Philippines has been really good. I like the dark chocolate. I like that raw, natural, earthy taste to it. The Philippines is the best. And my favorite that we've had, my favorite was at Mama Gita's in Camigan. And that's not too far from here. I guess that's the closest we've been to Davao City yet, until now. No, we're in Davao City.
This is Malagos Garden Resort, by the way. And we're gonna start things off with a welcome drink to cool off.
This is cacao iced tea with some honey. It's made from the cocoa nibs. And it smells like chocolate milk, yeah. That's yummy. I haven't had that before. I love it when you have places like that. It's like, oh, we make chocolate, so everything's chocolate. Chocolate tea, chocolate coffee, mocha chocolata. Where do you want me to sit, baby? In the middle? All right, we are doing a little tour around the gardens here.
Yeah, it's out of one van and into another.
This is a 12-hectare property, and they have all sorts of gardens, including a wedding. We are literally crashing a wedding right now. We are going right in the middle of the wedding. I hope the bride gets out of the way. But what a beautiful place to get married.
They are cooking up a lechon right there.
We're at the Chocolate Museum. This is like the chocolate park, chocolate garden.
Right in front of us we have a cacao tree. Now they used to take about 3 years from seedling to being mature, but then it's another 1.5 years until you can actually harvest the cacao pods from here. And they just grow right on the trunk. And when they turn the lighter color, that's when you know they're ready to pop off there and make chocolate with.
And then we're gonna have the end process, which is our milk chocolate or dark chocolate, chocolate cake, chocolate soup, chocolate, I don't know, chocolate bread. Cold towels.
The Malagos plantation here is 24 hectares and they have 16,000 cacao trees. It's actually a very well-known, well-established chocolate making operation here. It's also the only chocolate museum in all of the Philippines. One of their specialties here is the heirloom chocolate that they create, and there are only 17 varieties of that worldwide, and this one's number 16. It's the only operation in the Philippines with that distinction.
A little bit of chocolate background. They believe that the Mayans were the first to grow and harvest cacao, and that Christopher Columbus was the first one to get some cacao beans and bring them back to Europe, so that's how it ended up in Spain. And then this is my favorite fact that we just learned. In 1727, chocolate drink meets milk. The first record of milk chocolate was made by chocolate maker Nicholas Saunders when he poured milk into his friend's chocolate drink by accident. And then they discovered that is a very good combination. Here is the world chocolate map. We have the different colors representing different relationships those countries have with chocolate. But the green is the chocolate belt, and that's the only place in the world where the cacao beans can grow, because it needs a tropical atmosphere, and it also needs the volcanic soil, which is perfect here in the Philippines, especially in this region, because a lot of the soil has volcanic rock in it. And the blue, those are the consumers, and the yellow, those are the producers. I might have those mixed up, but they're all together, the blue and the yellow. They just make and eat, make and eat.
The first thing that you do with a cacao pod is split it open, and then you ferment the beans that are inside for about 6 days. And then you're gonna segregate them. So they're gonna be separated based on size and based on condition, because when you go through the roasting process, you wanna make sure that all of the beans that are being roasted are very similar in size, so that they all have the same flavor once they get out of there, as opposed to some being more roasted, some being less roasted. You can get bitterness. So that's the process that they go through here, and then once they are segregated, they roast.
And now for the tasting.
So speaking of the roasted beans, this is nothing but a roasted cacao bean, and it's already been nibbed up, chopped into a little piece. Edible. How bitter is it? It's not bitter at all, but it's not sweet at all. You wanna try one?
Sure.
Cool.
Can I try a few? It tastes like nothing.
Oh, that's so good. Yeah, tastes like deep chocolate.
And then the actual final product chocolate tasting, we have 3 different percentages. 65, 72, and 85. We're gonna start with 65, but Colt wants to be the first one to try this one.
Ooh. Is 65% chocolate? Got like a interesting background flavor almost, like a lemongrass or, I don't know. It's herbal.
Brooklyn's gonna try the 85, so she's skipping straight to the end. Here you go. Smell it 3 times. And then eat it. Tastes like dark chocolate.
This is dark chocolate.
I'm gonna do the 72%. And the reason why we're smelling it 3 times is because the first one is to get the aroma with everything else in the air, and the second one, you get more of the chocolate and the aromas inside of that. And the third one is to prepare your sensitive palate.
Sense of taste.
Sense of taste. Let it sit on our tongue a little bit. Let it melt in there. I'll bet you the 72% is the perfect combination. 65 might be a little light, 85 might be a little heavy on the cacao, but 72%, it's the best. My favorite, that's the only one I've tried.
Well, the results are in, and Brooklyn's favorite is gonna be the 65%. Aaron's is the 72%. Mine's the 85%. And Colt's is the...
Nibs. 100%.
We are ending this tour with a little snack. This is a special treat. They're letting us have some chocolate and ensaimada and their world award winning hot cocoa. So this one, in 2020, there was a world hot cocoa competition in France and they awarded this exact cocoa. I love hot chocolate like this. This is the only way to go.
And to clarify, that's the best drinking chocolate in the world. Not just hot chocolate, drinking chocolate. So thick. It's gotta be 72%, don't you think? Is it pinky out? Speaking of sweet things, we're off to try something else very unique and something that this area is known for.
Durian candy! So we have a little bit more dessert. We're going to this durian candy shop, and it smells good. This is so different than my experience with durian in Kuala Lumpur, which was not a good experience for me, to be honest.
We get to try durian?
Want to?
Yeah. Whoa. Oh.
So he wasn't a fan, anticlimactic. I'm gonna do the smell test.
Yeah. Smells like a fart.
Oh my god. I have to smell.
Take a palate cleanser.
I need a palate cleanser. Okay, now I'm gonna taste it. Okay, I get it. It is not my favorite flavor.
This is actually the Apo ni Lola Durian House. They have these delicacies. Wow, that doesn't even look like candy. That looks like a chunk of durian covered in sugar. Now, Davao is known as the fruit basket of the Philippines because of the sheer volume and breadth of fruits that they have here. One of the best places to experience it, or times I should say, is from mid-August to mid-September for the Kadayawan Festival. Unfortunately, with this being the middle of January, we're gonna miss it, but at least we get to try some of the durian. The undisputed king of controversial fruits. You either love it or hate it, or you're like me, a little bit on the fence, but really moving toward loving it. That's good. Let's go try some more.
It's like a party out there on the street, and we love street food. And we just actually did a Binondo tour. That's our previous episode, so you can check that out. Binondo is the oldest Chinatown in the world, but Davao actually has the largest Chinatown in the Philippines. And they also have Little Tokyo, and their tagline for Davao is that diversity is beautiful, and I love that. Now, I was on the side of not liking the durian when we went to Kuala Lumpur. But the durian here in Davao is a little bit, maybe a little bit sweeter. It smells better to me, and I think it's a little creamier. That's pretty good. This is a totally different experience than what we had before, and we tried durian ice cream before, and I just could not do it, but this is actually tasty. So here's my advice. If you've tried durian and you don't like it, then come to Davao and try Davao's durian, because maybe you'll actually be okay with it or like it.
Another fruit that's really big around here is the pomelo. These are all pomelo. And you guys probably all know this already, but here's what it looks like on the inside. You peel it. I think it looks just like a grapefruit, but the taste is like much drier. It's not nearly as juicy as a grapefruit. And I guess, I don't know, in terms of flavor, it's been probably a year since I've had one, so I'm not even sure how to describe it.
Well, unlike durian, pomelo is in season all year long. I think the durian is mostly like a fall harvesting season, time of year thing, timing. Cheers.
We have durian everything in here. Durian hopia, the durian candies we've already had. Durian spread that you can just put on bread. Here we go, look at it.
The durian spread. 80% of durian and then the 20s milk. No sugar, no flour.
Nothing but durian and milk. And 80% durian?
You're from?
Wow.
You're from?
US.
US. Welcome to Philippines. You're invited to Aponilola.
Thank you so much.
Hola, ma'am. Hi. You're in a vlog from US.
Yes, hello.
Try, you try.
Durian
No
chips.
salt, no sugar.
No salt, no sugar,
Durian chips.
just chips. Mmm, that's really good. Yeah, I'm trying to think of. Yeah, it really is like. I mean, it's very plain because there's no salt, no sugar, and it doesn't really have that much of a durian taste to it. Something kind of creamy in it about it. But I am so glad that I finally had a good durian experience. And so many people, when they heard that I didn't like durian the first time I tried it, said you have to try it in Davao. And they were right. I'm truly surprised at how much I actually liked it. I mean, the reactions are night and day. So I got my durian experience, but it's getting late. This has been a half-day tour that we've spent with Project PH81. So we are so grateful for Jeffrey.
Now this package actually includes one more activity for today that we simply don't have time to do because filming kind of slowed things down. But we were supposed to go to the National Museum of Davao. And this is a very new complex of museum buildings that completely cover Davao history and culture. Everything from art and textiles to artifacts and fauna and flora. Would be an incredible experience. And if you book the 4-day package, that'll be something that you get to enjoy. You'll have to tell us what it's all about because we're not gonna get to experience it today. We've got to get to the resort. Here we are at the Dusit D2 resort in town, but this is pretty much the end of the road as far as everything goes with Project PH81. So what a fantastic way to travel. The aircon was great. Hours and hours spent in this van today, but it was very comfortable and so knowledgeable. Jeff and I were talking probably for a good 2 hours out of the entire day. A wealth of knowledge when it comes to Davao culture and history. Had a great time talking to him, but we gotta get inside and check in.
This day went by so quickly, so I'm really looking forward to getting to our room and unpacking a little bit. Oh, thank you so much. Smells nice. Look at this. We had such a warm welcome, a cold towel, and all these beautiful faces. And what is this?
This is our lanyard.
A lanyard.
Yes, for VIPs just like you guys.
VIPs in the house. We're checking in the club lounge. It's also where our rooms are on the floor.
Welcome to Club Lounge.
Oh, thank you.
This is Shirley Temple.
Shirley
A
Temple.
Shirley
Oh,
Temple.
your favorite.
Shirley Temple. This is for you.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Cheers. So they've got some bites, they've got a bar, they've got Shirley Temples.
So to be clear, the club lounge is really reserved for people who are in certain rooms within the hotel. And we have access to this pretty much all day long. They have special hours like 5 to 7 p.m. every night is cocktail hour. You can do breakfast here if you want something a little more intimate, smaller side kind of thing. We're gonna almost certainly have the full breakfast buffet that's downstairs. Dinner basically could be had up here, and that's what the kids are doing because they're gonna go back to the room and crash while Aaron and I get to enjoy a little date night down at Bejerong, which is the Thai restaurant that they're known for.
I asked him if he could make some squid ceviche, which is my favorite, and he said yes, so that's what he's making right now.
And just like that, we're all checked in. We have 2 rooms, one for the kids, one for Phil and I, and they have it all ready for us to go, and it's just kind of next door. Let's go do the room tour. Literally right next door to the club room. But we're starting off in Colt and Brooklyn's room, and they each have their own full bed. This is beautiful in here, and they have so many welcome amenities too. I mean, they say welcome on the bed. They have these beautiful little stuffed animal birds.
Those are Philippine eagles.
I know, we just saw the real deal earlier today, and I love that we learned all about it, and then we get to see the stuffed animals and why it's so special here in Davao. And they also have some snacks and goodies and some fruit for the kids and chocolate cake. We have adjoining rooms. So over here, the kids have some closet space area and their bathroom. And Phil's just right under the door here. So it kind of makes for a nice long hallway, but otherwise these would be shut if you only had one of the rooms. And then Phil and I have a nice big king bed. And there's space to do some work if you need to get work done. The TV is sunken into the wall a little bit, so it's like flush. It looks like a painting. And we have a little sitting area, and we have all the same like goodies and snacks, macarons and little cakes and chocolates, and we're just getting way too spoiled. Let's check out the view. It is way too dark to see anything, so we're gonna check out the view in the morning.
So back into the hallway, we've got the closet right over here, which of course has a safe and some drawers so that you can store some of your things. It's got all this stuff if you want to do laundry here, or I should say, have them do your laundry, your dry cleaning. And then on this side, hangers so you can hang things up. We've got robes, but then we also have my favorite thing to see in any hotel, which is an iron and ironing board. As a military veteran, I don't mind saying, I'm very good at ironing clothes, and I love doing it when I unpack my suitcase and find wrinkles all over my shirts. Now, the bathroom here is really nice. It's big and spacious. It's got this massive shower, frameless glass shower with dual shower heads. So you've got the wand shower, and then you have the Vichy rainfall shower head up above. The entire back wall, right now because it's dark outside, we've got blinds going across it, but you can actually open those up and then open up the blinds that are behind. It'd be great during the day if you want to get a lot of natural light in there. Floor to ceiling glass. Really well appointed rooms on both sides, and these are called the deluxe rooms. Ours is a deluxe king, and Brooklyn and Colt are sharing what's called a deluxe twin. But like Aaron said, those are not 2 twin beds. They're 2 fulls or maybe even queens. I'd have to take another look to know for sure. But we've also got a really long desk in here. There is the mini bar. I see some wines, I see some beers, I see some other drinks that are in there. And then one of Aaron's favorite things to see in any hotel room is our Nespresso coffee machine.
Now Phil has a date he promised me. Phil mentioned the name before, but again, it's Bejerong.
Another hand towel, cold, practically frozen hand towel. And they've got, it's a lemongrass scent. It smells incredible. The vibe in here is really cool. There's live music tonight because it starts at 7 o'clock on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Today is Saturday. So it's kind of nice to have date night here instead of having the kids with us. This worked out so well. We get to experience both places, both options, the full restaurant and then the lounge for them. Let's see what we have on the menu. All right, we've ordered up our dinner and we're trying a little bit of everything just so we can get a really good mix. It's interesting. This day has been full of culture and history and education, and yet at the end of the day, it feels a lot like a food tour episode because it has been so chock full of food. But we're not doing cocktails right now because we're doing dry January with our friends. So I'm trying something a little bit different. This is Thai milk tea. Pretty sure you're supposed to stir it up. Oh, that's really good. This is probably my first milk tea in my entire life. If the kids were here, they could tell me exactly what's in it. I think it's got some of those little like sugar cubes, gelatin cubes in there, milk, tea, maybe some other spices.
We've got fish cakes here and 2 different sauces for dipping, and one is a sweet chili sauce, and the other one is a mango sauce. Very hot. And our pomelo salad just got here.
I wanted to try the pomelo salad because we came across the pomelo today, but we didn't try any, and it's just been in my head ever since. Looks like it's got a big shrimp or prawns on top. Oh, I didn't even know what to expect. Because I'm thinking, is this a salad, like a greens salad? But it's almost more like a chicken salad or a tuna salad where it's basically just mixed with some other ingredients. So you've got big chunks of pomelo in here. And honestly, because of the texture, if you didn't tell me it was a pomelo salad, I might question whether this was like a shrimp salad because they taste like chunks of shrimp because they're so kind of, you know, heavy body, like crunchy almost.
Our third and final appetizer are prawn spring rolls. And this one also has the mango chili sauce. It's so hot. I'm gonna let those cool down a little bit. I think I let it cool down enough, hopefully.
Now that the appetizers are out of the way, we're gonna dive into our 2 Thai entrees, and we got both of these Thai hot. So authentic Thai hotness, spiciness. We both like spicy food, especially Aaron now, so we'll see if this is gonna be too hot for us. But this one is wok fried minced beef with Thai hot basil leaf. Got some red pepper, a lot of red pepper on there. It's probably gonna be very hot. Very manageable so far. Maybe it's gonna sneak up on me, but the beef is phenomenal. Very good.
I have to say the food we've had all day has been excellent. Like, we've had a really, really, really good food day. I know Phil already said it, but I feel like I wanted to say that too. I got a red curry beef, a Thai hot red curry beef with coconut milk. This is a really great restaurant, honestly. This Thai food is delicious.
It really is probably the best Thai food I've ever had, but wait till you see what we got for dessert.
You can't have Thai food without mango sticky rice. That's the best part. So it also has a homemade coconut ice cream, and the mango sticky rice has that coconut sauce that you put all over the top. It's just the best dessert. And then there's something on top of the coconut ice cream. It's maybe it's pistachio. It's roasted and toasted. I think it's peanuts. Roasted peanuts. I'm gonna eat every last bite of this. And then we're gonna go up and join the kids and hit the hay. And here's the view. And we see that we are right next to the Davao River. Now this is the first of 2 episodes that we're doing for our full 4-day trip package through Guide to the Philippines. So you could book this exact package. We'll have a link in the description, but you could also go to the Guide to the Philippines website and choose from their trip packages, their hotels, their activities, their transportation, and even flights. You can book directly through them. So go check that out and let us know in the comments any questions or thoughts that you have. Now let's head to breakfast because right after we have got to pack up and we are going to be going to another Dusit resort, which is on a private island. We cannot wait to see that, and that's gonna be in our next episode. So make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you know exactly when these episodes come out. But let's go see what they have for breakfast.
It's not even 9:30 and some families are already enjoying the pool, which is right outside of the breakfast buffet. It's a sprawling pool. This is like half of it, so it takes up both sides of the entire courtyard. But let's eat.
The kids have already gotten a head start. This is like a French toast and pancake bar. Blueberry compote, cherry compote, strawberry, and of course you saw all the honey that Brooklyn put on hers. And maple syrup. You didn't put honey? You put syrup. Syrup. I gotta have my coffee. That's what I go straight to in the morning. They have a little sushi bar and some Asian-inspired breakfast items like a stuffed bangus. And I think, not tomorrow, the next day, when we're on the other resort, we are gonna be fishing for bangus, and I think we'll get to eat what we catch after.
Bangus.
Just like his father.
Not just Asian, but international, because there's also spaghetti and baked beans. Not very Asian. Aaron got the pre-made fried eggs from up at the buffet, but I took advantage of the made-to-order eggs. I got some scrambled eggs with bell pepper, which I've already polished off. But since I'm not a coffee drinker, I went up and I hit the juice bar, and I couldn't really make a decision, so I got 3. So I got the pink or red one here is watermelon juice. The green one in the middle is cucumber juice. And then camote, it's almost a traffic light. Red, green. Oh, what's that? Orange juice.
Yeah.
There, now it's a traffic light,
yeah,
but we're out of order. You wouldn't know that yet because you don't drive, but yellow goes in the middle. So this one, the standout is camote juice. I have no idea what that one is. If you know, let us know in the comments. It tastes like iced tea. It might be iced tea. Colt's a boy after my own heart. I almost always get the muesli when we go to breakfast buffets when we travel, and he took advantage of the little muesli bar over there. How is it?
It's almost as if I could be your son.
But he gets his humor from me.
The name of this restaurant, by the way, is Madaya, okay? And when it's not serving as a breakfast buffet, it does have a day job. I was looking at the menu. It's very international. Still got a lot of Thai stuff on here, the tom yums, but sandwich-wise, I see club sandwich tuna melt, which is Aaron's personal favorite, and we just found out one of Stanley Tucci's favorites. Burgers, chicken burger, so a little bit of everything, very diverse, just like Davao itself. Aaron mentioned that yesterday, but what we learned is that there are 11 different tribes in Davao. 90% of those are Christian and 10% are what they call morals, aka Muslim.
Diversity in culture, diversity in religion, diversity in food, diversity in resorts. Let's go get packing.
We've only been here one night, but I'm actually sad to leave because the service has been phenomenal, and honestly, the hotel itself is fantastic. So we're already in love with this brand. Now, Dusit D2 here in the city is where we're leaving, but we are heading now to a Dusit Thani, and this one is the Lubi Plantation. Like Aaron said before, it's basically its own island in the Davao Gulf. So we're leaving one province here in Davao and heading to another. We are leaving Del Sur, which means the south. There's also a north, there's an oriental, there's an occidental, and we are heading to De Oro, which means gold. It's gonna be a whole different experience. Thank you so much, everybody. That was a great, great stay. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. We're flying on PAL, which is what we usually do around the Philippines, but
Colt, I think he's getting ready to jump on you.
Not how golden orb weavers work, but whatever floats your boat.
Oh, hardy har har.
Colt, come here and tell me what you got.
And they
Super sweaty. Sorry, baby. Like I could make a baby unthirsty with the amount of sweat I have. Like if a baby's dehydrated, they wouldn't be anymore if they drink my sweat.
Oh, gross. You are not ready to be a mother. Queen of behind the scenes. Oh, he gave us a little bag of treats to take with us. That's so awesome. We're gonna take this back to the hotel with us. Now, Phil has a date he promised me.
And I see you've changed your shirt for it.
No, it's my same shirt.
Okay.